Good afternoon. This meeting of the Louisiana Tax Commission is hereby called to order. This meeting is being held at the offices of the Louisiana Tax Commission at 1051 North 3rd Street, Suite 225, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. The date is Thursday, July 9th, 2020, and the time is 12:31 p.m. Please call the roll.
Chairman Shahardy.
Here.
Commissioner Wagensback.
Here.
Commissioner Jeffers.
Here.
Commissioner Bircher.
Here.
Commissioner Wood. Here. 5 present and a quorum.
All right, very well. Let's begin. It's the Tax Commission's policy to accept all documents into the record that were timely pre-filed in accordance with the Commission's rules and regulations. This will be done at the conclusion of all hearings on today's docket. Accordingly, there is no need to formally offer or introduce the exhibits into the record during your appeal hearing. However, if you intend to object to the submission of any of the opposing parties' exhibits, you must notify the Commission at the start of your appeal hearing. As a reminder, this is an administrative hearing, and as such, the rules of evidence are relaxed. The Commission is inclined to review and consider all evidence submitted and to accept such evidence into the record. At this time, I will ask anyone who's planning on testifying at the microphone this afternoon, to please stand up at your chair and please take the oath.
Even if you were sworn in this morning, I need to swear you in again. So if you testify on any of the appeals, I'll administer an oath. I need you to affirm the oath by stating I do and state your name for the record. I'll indicate to you when it's your turn. Do you swear or affirm? Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Lane Kennedy, I do.
Arthur Laughlin, I do.
James Computer, I do. Doug Foreman, I do.
Great, thank you. Chairman will call the cases individually.
Thank you. Are you here for an appeal?
Yes.
What's your name?
Douglas Foreman?
Foreman?
Yes.
Okay.
That's an assessor appeal.
Yeah, that's our.
Oh, it's an assessor appeal? Okay. All right, let's get started. On the appeal docket this afternoon, items A, B, and C have either been continued or settled. So the first item up afterwards, item D, is the appeal of Anthony J. Paternostro versus the Owens Parish Board of Review, docket number 19-22172-232. All right, this is a taxpayer appeal. So Ms. Watkins here on behalf of the taxpayer. So please proceed.
Good afternoon, Commission. This is Arthur Laughlin, Louisiana Property Tax, on behalf of Mr. Paternostro. We would like y'all to settle for the, and we agree with the LTC appraised value.
All right. Any questions? Okay. Assessor's office.
Owens Parish would agree with the valuations at the LTC for the $640,000.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Lowry.
I inspected property at 2 Spanish Fort Boulevard, used the market approach analysis and came to a value of $640,000 with a land value of $375,000 and the improvements valued at $265,000.
Any questions? Do we have a motion? All right.
Mr. Chairman,
Go ahead.
I'd like to make a motion on docket number 19-22172-232, that we accept the LTC staff appraisal, $375,000 for land, $265,000 improvement, a total of $640,000.
Second. Commissioner Bircher.
Yes.
Commissioner Wagensback.
Yes.
Commissioner Wood. Yes. Commissioner Jeffers.
Yes.
And Chairman Shahardy.
Yes. Next item on the agenda, let's see, All right, Mr. Laughlin again. All right, this is the appeal of Sharon Lehans versus the Owens Parish Board of Review. Docket number 19-22172-238.
Good afternoon. We would like to settle for the Louisiana Tax Commission appraised value.
Any questions? Thank you. The assessor's office?
Orleans Parish is recommending we settle the LTC value of $335,000.
Thank you. Mr. Lowry?
Bruce property, we use a market approach analysis and an income approach analysis. For the income approach, we came to a value of $358,000, and for the market value, we came to a value of $320,000 for a fair market value of $335,000 with an undisputed land value of $91,800 and an improvements value at $243,200.
All right. Any questions? Thank you. All right. Do we have a motion?
Make a motion on docket 19-22172-238. We set the 2020 tax year value at the LTC staff appraisal as agreed to by all parties, setting the land at $91,800, improvements to $243,200 for a total of $335,000.
Commissioner Berger?
Yes.
Commissioner Wagstaff?
Yes.
Commissioner Wood?
Yes.
Commissioner Jeffers?
Yes.
And Chairman Shawardy?
Yes. Okay, Mr. Lockwood, do you have other appeals today, or?
I believe I have one at 811 Jewel, is that correct?
Yes.
Do you know where that is on the agenda?
No, sir, I don't have a copy of the
Okay.
agenda.
Who's the taxpayer?
What is it?
The taxpayer is James Moise. Letter R.
That's R.
All right, let's go ahead and hear that appeal now at this time. The appeal of James P. Moise, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Versus the Owens Parish Board of Review, docket number 19-22172-220.
Good afternoon. Arthur Laughlin on behalf of the taxpayer, Mr. James Moises. We request that you rule to accept the Louisiana Tax Commission appraised value on this property.
Any questions? Thank you.
Orleans Parish is willing to accept the LTC appraisal at $435,000 for 2811 Judge Street.
Any questions? Thank you. Ms. Kennedy?
I personally appraised this property for $435,000 with a land value of $203,400 and an improvements valued at $231,600.
Any questions? Motion?
I'm ready to make a motion on docket number 19221722220. I would move that we set the 2020 fair market value, land $203,400, improvements $231,600 for a total fair market value of $435,000.
Second.
Commissioner Berger?
Yes.
Commissioner Wagstaff?
Yes.
Commissioner Wood?
Yes.
Commissioner Jeffers? And Chairman Shawardy?
Yes. Selectman, is that all, is that
I believe
everything you
so.
have?
Tanisha, is that everything?
I believe so. Yeah, that is exactly what was called.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your time, we appreciate
No
it.
problem. Y'all take care, have a safe drive back.
Mhm.
All right. What's your name again? I'm sorry.
Douglas Foreman?
Okay, all right. Why don't we, if it's okay with you, let's have that appeal. You can hear that, so you don't have to sit around all day and watch government in action. All right. It's an assessor appeal, I believe, is that correct?
Correct.
And which item is on the docket? Aye. All right. The appeal of Assessor Harold G. Williams versus the Orleans Parish Board of Review, docket number 19-22172-313. It's an assessor appeal, so I guess the assessor's office, please go ahead.
We're requesting the value be set at the LTC value of $230,000, which was very close to the taxpayer's original request of $234,300. So we're asking for the LTC appraisal value.
Okay. All right, thank you. Mr. Foreman, you're here, so please.
I agree with the LTC value, we can move forward.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're okay with that value?
That's fine.
230,000?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, that's
Sure.
fine. All right, thank you very much. All right, Mr. Lowry?
I personally inspected the property at 6924 Colbert Street. We used a market analysis approach, and we came to a value of $230,000 with a land value of $161,300 and the improvements valued at $68,700.
All right, any questions? We have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I would move on docket 19-22172-313 that we set the value, land value at $161,300, improvement value at $68,700 for a total value of $230,000.
Second.
Commissioner Vercher?
Yes.
Commissioner Wagasback?
Yes.
Commissioner Wood? Yes. Commissioner Jeffers?
Yes.
And Chairman Shavardi?
Yes. All right, thank you. All right, I assume there's no one else here. We checked the hallway to make sure.
We're good.
Okay. All right, we'll go back to the top of the docket then and just take it in order. The next item would be appeal item F on the docket, the appeal of Brian Markey versus the Orleans Parish Board of Review, docket number 19-22172-278. Let the record reflect that there's no one here this morning on behalf of the behalf of the taxpayer this afternoon, on behalf of the taxpayer. And so we'll go right ahead and hear from the assessor's office.
Property at 323 North Lopez, the assessor's office is asking we uphold the board of review value of $255,100.
So you're asking to keep the board of review
Yes, sir.
value, 191,300?
Yes.
Okay. Do we have any questions? Thank you. Mr. Lowry?
appraised the property at 323 North Lopez. I used a market analysis approach, and we came to a value of $225,000 with an undisputed land value of $110,900 and the improvements valued at $114,100.
Ready for a motion?
Chairman, I'll make a motion on 19-22172-278. My motion would be to set the 2020 value at the LTC staff appraisal. Land at $110,900, improvements $114,100, a total of $225,000.
Second.
Commissioner Vercher?
Yes.
Commissioner Wagasback?
Yes.
Commissioner Wood?
Yes.
Commissioner Jeffers?
Yes.
And Chairman Shavarda?
Yes. Next is the appeal of Kevin Jacomine versus the Orleans Parish Board of Review, docket number 19-22172-290. Again, no one here on behalf of the taxpayer, property owner, so we'll ask the assessor's office to please come up.
Property at 12 Spanish Fort Boulevard, Orleans Parish is asking we upheld the Board of Review value of $887,800.
All righty. Any questions?
Chairman Shavarda?
Yes.
The taxpayer, Mr. Jacomi, did send in an email saying that he accepted the LTC appraisal.
Okay, all right. So, not present, but he does accept the LTC appraisal.
Yes, sir.
And the assessor's office is asking us to affirm the Board of Review.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Such a big difference, but I see in the notations there's an issue with the square footage maybe.
I did not have access to that appraisal.
He said that the assessor had 3,652 square feet, but the sketch provided by the taxpayer was 3,292.
I did not see that, but you are correct. We got
What's
3,652 square foot.
confusing is the
on
Board
ours.
of Review, if I'm reading this right, recommends reduction in improved value subject to 512,820. So was the Board Review 887,800, or is it?
I believe that 512,820 was improvements.
That was improvement
Oh, I'm
only.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, the total valuation was.
I got you.
However, we still have a staff appraisal, which is considerably less.
And the staff appraisal looks like it agrees with the 3292 as far as the square footage.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Yeah.
all right. All right, thank you. All right, let's hear from Mr. Lowry.
I appraised the property at 12 Spanish Fort. I used a market approach analysis and came to a fair market value of $585,000 with an undisputed land value of $375,000 and the improvements valued at $210,000.
Thank you.
Ready to make a motion?
Sure. Go ahead, Ms. Wood.
In the matter of docket number 1922172-290, I would move that we set the 2020 fair market value, land $375,000, improvements $210,000 for a total fair market value of $585,000.
Second.
Commissioner Bircher.
Yes.
Commissioner Wagstaff.
Yes.
Commissioner Wood.
Yes.
Commissioner Jeffers.
Yes.
And Chairman Sharp.
Yes. All right. The appeal of Assessor Errol G. Williams versus the Orleans Parish Board of Review, docket number 19-22172-305.
After reviewing the LTC appraisal, we feel that that is closer to the true valuation of the property at 6323 General Egg. So we are asking for the LTC appraised value of $450,000.
Are there any questions? I'm sorry. Again, there's a notation here. We've got all sorts of numbers flying around. That the assessor has a living area of 3,764 square feet. The owner's original plans showing 2,741 square feet. And square footage for improvements listed on the reading sheet is 2,823 square feet.
I don't know if that may have been corrected after the board of review. I'm not sure, but we do currently have the value 2,823. I don't know if that was after the board of review or
I
not.
think that's what's on the LTC appraisal, 2823, so there's a whole bunch of different numbers.
Yeah.
It's, there's about 82 square feet difference between the 2823 and the 2741, something like that. Yeah. Okay. All right, thank you.
I appraised the property at 6323 General Hague. I used a market analysis approach to determine the value, and we came to a value of $450,000 with an undisputed land value of $180,000 and the improvements valued at $270,000.
How did you determine the square?
I used, because we were not able to personally spec the property to the scope it, I had to use the square footage that was given on the tax assessor website.
And what square footage did you use?
The 2823.
2823.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. All right. Do you have any questions, or do you have a motion?
I kind of have a question then.
Sure.
I mean, if we use the 28, use the larger square footage, I mean, this is a assessor appeal, board review valued at 375. Would that make a significant enough difference to change it? I'm asking the assessor's office. You said you were in agreement with the with the LTC staff appraisal.
Correct.
But the staff appraisal is using a bad number as far as the square footage.
What was the tax rate?
At the board review, the owner provided his original plans based on our information that showed the square footage at 2741.
The 2823 is close to that 2741 as provided by the owner. It's not real close, but
Yeah, I mean, if you take a unit price, we're still coming in around $437, just straight unit price per square foot.
If you were to take the staff appraisal at $450,000 divided by the square footage that was used, 2,823 square feet, you come up with a value that multiplied times the 2741 square feet would put the value at $437,000. $436,929, which is rounded to 437.
So you're okay with that?
Yes.
Okay. I'm prepared to make the motion then.
Okay.
Got it. I want to move on docket 19-22172-305, that we set the fair market value of land at $180,000, improvement value at $257,000, for a total of $437,000.
Second.
Commissioner Berger?
Yes.
Commissioner Wagstaff?
Yes.
Commissioner Wood?
Yes.
Commissioner Jeffers?
Yes.
And Chairman Sharp?
Yes.
Chairman?
Yeah.
The taxpayer for item L, appeal of E.J. Robinson Equities LLC is here.
All right, let's jump to item L then. That's E.J. Robinson Equities LLC, ma'am. Let's get you sworn in as a witness first.
Before you testify, I gotta swear you in. Will you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the testimony about to give the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
And state your name.
Cheryl J. Beacom.
Thank you.
Just give us 1 second, ma'am.
B as in boy, E-A-C-O.
Okay. All right, ma'am. Please go ahead and tell us about your property.
Okay. The property is at 1017 Law Street. Do I need to go through a little history of where
Yeah,
and when?
you know, we've read everything you sent us.
Okay.
So, just briefly give us the highlights.
Okay, good enough. The NOLA tax assessor appraised the value at $926,005, and it was reduced to $899,000 at the Orleans Parish hearing. The Louisiana Tax Commission independent appraiser valued the property at $825,000 in May of 2020. I contend the value should be $782,725. The reasons for this valuation: the property has not been updated. I provided pictures of the 3 bathrooms that are the original to the house and outdated. There's 4-inch tile, it's old AC ducts, fan heating vents, all of that should be in the record. The lot is an irregular shaped lot. It would appear that we have a very large area and that we could expand if we wanted to, but the irregular shape of the lot makes most of the square footage not functional for a larger home. The driveway is shared with the neighbor, so the neighbor can have access to the rear of their house, and it's been that way since before we ever had attained the property. The property is 62 feet across the front, including that shared driveway. The rear of the property is 148 feet, but the square footage is landlocked and can't be accessed except by use of the shared driveway. So when you're assessing a value on the land part, it's not as valuable as some of the other properties in the area. When looking at comparable properties, 1236 Law Street is valued at $775,000 and was reduced by $163,000 from the original 2020 assessment. That building's square footage is 4,420, with an assessed building value of $492,000. 1017 Moss, which is across the street, is valued at $899,000 with a building square footage of $2,895 with an assessed building value of $507,000. So there's quite a disparity there between what a similar property right across the street that is much bigger than ours is valued at compared to where we are. So we're just asking that looking at the comparables, looking at the property, the irregular shape, and the condition of our building, it would warrant, in our opinion, that the assessed value is way higher than it should be.
Man, talk about you say irregular shape, but I'm looking at the survey. By irregular shape, you mean that it's labeled P-7AA-1? Is that like your backyard?
It could be like a backyard, yes, but there's a lot that's on the side. It's an empty lot that's right on the side of the property. And it makes it look like, oh, this is one great big expanse of land. You know, everybody loves the property, but that's a separate piece of property. That is not 1017 Moss. So our property is actually just 62 feet across the front.
You don't own the other lot that's 54 feet wide.
Yes, but that's a whole different taxable item. That's
Different
not.
assessment numbers.
Yes,
Different,
yes.
Okay.
So it makes a big difference when you look at what you can do with the lot. Even if the house burned down right now, heaven forbid, and we want, or whatever we wanted to do to rebuild, we would still be landlocked in what we could do unless we put the house all the way at the back of the lot.
I understand. I don't think that rear lot has near the value as the front lot.
Right, right.
Any other questions? All right. Why don't you take a seat and let's hear from the assessor's office. Thank you for testifying.
After further review, we are recommending we set the value at the LTC, right, the value of $825,000. It is a larger lot. It appears it is discounted slightly for being larger. The lots in the area are set at $20, and this one is coming in around $18 a square foot. So we are asking for the $825 for the LTC.
Any questions?
I have one question. I'm seeing what the taxpayer requested, and I'm seeing that the land was undisputed. Is that correct? In the appeals?
The land was
The value of the
disputed.
land, I'm showing that you asked for the same thing that the Board of Review said, not the improvements of the land.
Did you dispute the land?
I think we did, yes. I'm sorry if I may be a little, I don't know if I have that particular form with me. But the land should have been assessed at a lower value because of the fact that it is landlocked. And I don't think that was ever considered. So, but I don't see in my notes, we just did the comparables of the other properties. And when we did and looked at how others were assessed, it did not balance out. And then to look at one that's gone down by over 163,000, you know, what's the difference? You know, that if that one can be brought down with that kind of figure, we don't understand that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Mrs. Kennedy?
Okay, I appraised the property at 1017 Ross Street, and on the, talking about the land being undisputed, when I talked to Mr. Robinson on 5/18, he had returned my call about the bathrooms and sent me photos of those, and we discussed the land, and he said he was looking at more of a whole property value, because I explained that some of the lots in the area were going at $20 a square foot, where his was already discounted to 18 due to the shape of it. And so I brought the property in, I appraised it with the market analysis approach, brought it in at $825,000 with an undisputed land value of $391,900 and the improvement value at $433,000. And I did take into consideration the bathrooms being not updated and type of materials that were
As well as land.
Yes.
Lots.
Any questions?
I'm ready to make a motion. In the matter of docket number 19221728085, I would move that we set the 2020 fair market value of this property at the LTC staff appraisal, land $391,900, improvements $433,100, for a total fair market value of $825,000.
Second.
Commissioner Archer?
Yes.
Commissioner Wagstaff?
Yes.
Commissioner Wood?
Yes.
Commissioner Jeffers?
Yes.
And Chairman Shawardy?
Yes. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you.
All right, I believe the next item on the docket, taking it in order, is the appeal of Russell Bowie versus the Orleans Parish Board of Review, docket number 19-22172-122. Yes.
We need to go back to item K, 70 Martin.
I'm sorry, what's that?
I'm sorry.
I don't have it wrong with it.
Okay.
Any-
We need to do H.
H?
That's what I thought, we did,
Ronald.
we did it.
We
Okay.
need to,
Yeah, it was, we adjusted it.
Yeah, we adjusted.
Square footage of the property. We took 80.
Okay, so then that brings us to item K, 70 Martin.
Okay. Just jumping around, you're confused.
Right, okay.
Trying to.
Where's the line of where we're going? All right, so item K on the agenda, Stephanie Martin versus the Orleans Parish Board of Review, document number 19-22172-048. No one is here this morning on behalf of property owner taxpayer, so we'll hear from the assessor's office.
After further review, I was not able to contact the taxpayer, but we were willing to offer a settlement at the LTC value of $200,000.
200,000?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Kevin?
I appraised the value of 2908 St. Anne Street at 200,000 with an undisputed land value of 54,600 and the improvements valued at 145,400.
Any questions? All right, thank you. Have a motion? Yes.
I'd like to make a motion on docket number 19-22172-048 that we accept 2020 value recommended by LTC staff appraisal, land at 54,600, improvements 125,400, for a total value of $200,000.
Second.
Commissioner Archer?
yes.
Commissioner Wagstaff?
Yes.
Commissioner Wood?
Yes.
Commissioner Jeffers?
Yes.
And Chairman Shawardy?
Yes. All right. I believe the next item is item N, am I correct?
We missed J, I believe.
No, that one will continue.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right. Glad that I'm not the only one confused. All right, appeal of Russell Bowie versus the Orleans Parish Board of Review, document number 19-22172-122. And again, I don't want to hear this afternoon on behalf of the taxpayer, so give it to the assessor's office.
Chairman Shahardy, the taxpayer sent an email stating that he agreed to the LTC appraisal.
The taxpayer is requesting the LTC appraisal. Alrighty.
I spoke, he said he was gonna withdraw, but, we're gonna give the taxpayers, LTC appraisal.
You agree with me?
Board review's a little less than the,
Yeah, that's what he said he was gonna withdraw when I spoke to him last minute.
Let me ask you, we hold the board review value, you're okay with that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think sometimes folks get a little confused. That's okay. All right, Ms. Kennedy, can you-
And what the,
this is Russell Bowie.
oh, okay. I just didn't hear the 120 days, I'm sorry. I appraised the property at 1172 City Park Avenue, and we used the market approach to value for a fair market value of $660,000 with an undisputed land value at $205,000 and the improvements valued at $455,000.
Any questions? Have a motion?
Motion on 19-22172-122, set to uphold parish board review value, stating land value $205,000, improvements $395,000, for a total of $600,000.
second.
Commissioner Archer?
Yes.
Commissioner Wagstaff?
Yes.
Commissioner Wood? Commissioner Jeffers? And Chairman Shahardy?
Yes. The next item, item P, was settled. Item Q was withdrawn. That brings us down to item S. Correct? All settled. All settled. P was settled. Q was withdrawn. We've already heard R, James T. Louise. So that, unless I'm mistaken, it's item S, which is the appeal of Assessor Harold Williams versus the Orleans Parish Board of Review, document number 19-22172-306.
Orleans Parish would be willing to accept a valuation of $345,000, which is the LTC appraisal.
Accept the LTC appraisal?
Yes.
Any questions? Thank you. Nobody here this morning on behalf of the property owner taxpayer, so we'll go ahead and hear from,
Okay, I appraised 5637 Katina Street, and I used the market approach to value, and the estimated fair market value for that property is $345,000 with an undisputed land value of $109,000 and the improvements valued at $244,100.
any questions?
I'm ready to make a motion.
All right.
Docket number 1922172-306. I would move that we set the 2020 fair market value at the LTC staff appraisal of land $100,900, improvements $244,100 for a total fair market value of $345,000.
Commissioner Archer?
Yes.
Commissioner Wagstaff?
Yes.
Commissioner Wood?
Yes.
Commissioner Jeffers? And Chairman Shahardy?
Yes. Next item on the docket, the appeal the appeal of Mrs. Carol Moreno, trustee, versus the Illinois Board of Review document number 19-22172-327. Did anybody get this one on behalf of property owner taxpayer? You'll give them the assessor's office.
Due to the close percentage of where the LTC came in, we're asking that you uphold the BOR evaluation at $364,900.
Any questions?
Appraised property at 850 Florida Boulevard and use the market approach value for the estimated fair market value of $340,000 with a undisputed land value of $84,000 and the improvements valued at $256,000.
Any questions? Thank you. Have a motion? Anybody?
Docket number 19-22172-327. My motion will be to uphold parent order of revalue, saying the land at $84,000, improvements $280,900, a total of $364,900.
Second.
Commissioner Burcher?
Yes.
Commissioner Wagglesback?
Yes.
Commissioner Wood?
Yes.
Commissioner Jeffers?
Yes.
Chairman Sharp?
Yes. All right. Now, correct, that concludes the appeal docket for today. Tax Commission hereby accepts all pre-filed documents or testimony into the record of Secretary Zip 1 in Global, Assessor Exhibit 1 in Global, and Louisiana Tax Commission Sample Appraiser Exhibit 1 in Global. For each appeal hearing conducted today, respectively. There's being no other matters to come before the commission at this time. I will accept the motion to adjourn.
Second.
Commissioner Burcher?
Yes.
Commissioner Wagglesback?
Yes.
Commissioner Wood?
Yes.
Commissioner Jeffers?
Yes.
And Chairman Sharp?
Yes.